Hey, what's up guys? It's Mark here, and today we're gonna talk about one of my favorite case studies of projects that I've worked on in the past. And this is specifically a project that I did for Toyota back in 2014. I was working for AMCI Global, which is Automotive Marketing Consultants as a producer. And we worked with some of the biggest automotive brands in the world. We worked with everyone from Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, Mercedes, AMG, Porsche. Like, we worked with every one of the top 50 OEMs in the world. And this specific project was with my client Toyota at the time. So we were working on a big ride and drive initiative for Toyota. What ride and drives essentially were, and what they are still, but were very popular at the time, was all these large automotive manufacturers wanted to collect leads and get people into their cars, but they were struggling to get people to come into dealers because the dealership experience is kind of a slimy experience for most people. It's very pushy, it's very hard sell. Let's get you in, let's get you financing, let's close a deal. And the larger brands like Toyota, they want people to experience the car and the new product and to be able to see it, test drive it, feel it, touch it, hear it, see it roll. So what we were running at the time was a program called the Toyota Drive Center. And the Toyota Drive Center was a multi-million-dollar, multi-year initiative through Toyota where we essentially deployed these ride and drive activations at auto shows, at music festivals, at Bass Pro Shops, at like local regional events, like events all over. These events were happening like multiple teams in different regions of the US every single week, 52 weeks a year. But this specific event was for Stagecoach, which Stagecoach is one of the largest country music festivals in the US. It's in Coachella Valley. It actually occurs right after Coachella's music festival. So now Coachella's got 2 weekends, and then Stagecoach happens on the third weekend. And at the time, Toyota was the headlining sponsor of this event. And what Toyota wanted to do was activate the Toyota Drive Center at this large event, which meant that we had to ramp up our actual systems for how we were gonna activate here. So we had like multiple different systems, and the way that this system worked is essentially when people would come in an event, we would bring them in and we would have them register. So we had a pre-registration system that would ask a couple of questions. We'd validate their driver's license. We'd pull up some of their personal information. We'd get them a wristband. They'd go test drive a car. When they go into a car, we then use an RFID chip that would register what vehicle they actually drove or they drove in, and then they would go on their drive experience. Now, this was an off-road course. A lot of times we'll let the customer or the consumer or the user actually drive it because it was an off-road course. We had our professional drivers there that were driving this incredible, cool off-road course that we built with all these different features like water features, berms, hills, a teeter-totter. It was really cool. So the whole goal of this was, we've got tens of thousands of people attending this event. Let's get them to register, experience the vehicles, and then at the end we had a little photo booth experience. I think we had a little giveaway too, some little promo items that they would get if they experience it. So really fun. You go to a country music festival, you get a test drive one of the new pickups in the Toyota collection. You were out there for a couple days beforehand, setting everything up. This is where my background came from, and I know Breadloaf primarily does retention lifecycle marketing now and focused on email, but we were collecting people's emails and then turning them into either a hand raiser, which is, hey, I like what you have to say, and what a hand raiser is essentially what we in D2C would call a subscriber. And then a hot lead would be, hey, I actually really like this car. I really want someone to contact me because I'm interested in it. So we would get those leads, people would fill out their information, and then we would send those leads through Toyota's ELM systems, which is their electronic lead management system. Those leads would go through and then they would get delivered to dealers, and then all of the hot leads would go into the Toyota's CRM with their CRM partner, Hart Hanks. That would then go into weekly email marketing, updates on the brand, new product offerings, special promotions in local areas. The local dealers, depending on where someone lived, we had their zip code, right? When they swipe their driver's license, connections, they would get those leads and would follow up with them, and they would actually, a lot of those dealers would pay for those leads. So super successful program. And at the end of the quarter and the year, we would do matchbacks with seeing actually which one of our hot leads and hand raisers and these leads that we generated from these events would actually purchase vehicles within the next coming couple months. And that's how we would showcase an ROI. Today, we're all obsessed with ROAS, but back in the day, we would look at our ROAS was, hey, how much should we spend on this program and how many vehicles did we sell? What was the net value off of the program over that year? And how much did it cost us to get a new lead? So this is a really cool program, and being able to participate in like a big international event like Stagecoach that was so high profile, where we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars bringing in dirt and building this huge off-road course and generating thousands of leads a day, was really, really exciting and a lot of fun to be a part of. So one of these case studies, I mean, we worked on so many of these different events for Toyota, but that was definitely one of my favorites. So I hope you get some value out of it, and hopefully you can take away a couple nuggets here and there, and potentially how you might be able to use events to promote your own brand or service in the future. So hope that's helpful. Talk to you later. Thanks.